Hey guys, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Angelisa and on this channel we read, discuss, and obsess over books together. And today I'm coming here with a June wrap up and July TBR. So I thought I'd just do it in one video because I didn't read as much as I thought I was going to in June, and my July TBR is going to kind of be like finishing up some June books and books from my June TBR and then adding a few more. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. I am totally exhausted, but I'm excited to share with you guys what I'm going to be reading. So first of all, for the month of June, I finished 5 books. Like I said, I'm in the middle of a few, but I finished 5 for a total of 1,673 pages. For moods, most of my books were emotional, followed by mysterious, funny, and dark, and the rest were tense, reflective, lighthearted, hopeful, and adventurous. All of the books I read were fiction. For genres, I have 3 romances, 2 young adult, 2 contemporary, 1 thriller, 1 literary, and 1 fantasy. My average star rating was 4.1 stars, so pretty good this month. Honestly, this month felt so short, but also so long in terms of reading. Like, I feel like I read this first book, like, legitimately, like, a year ago, but it was apparently at the beginning of June. So the first book I read was Mountains Made of Glass. This was, like, a quick audiobook that I did in literally a few hours, and I ended up rating it 3.5 stars. I did like it. I thought it was cute. There was some stuff that just felt like there was huge plot holes and like it could have been fleshed out more. It wasn't my favorite from Scarlett St. Clair, but it had that like writing style that she's reminiscent of, and overall I did enjoy it and thought it was fun, and I really loved the artwork that you got in this book. There's just like a few pieces of art throughout the book that I thought were super cool. So yeah, I would still recommend this book for sure if you're looking for a little 200-page novella. Next, I read one of my book club's book of the months. It was Alone with You in the Ether by Olivie Blake. I ended up rating this one 4.5 stars. I kind of tossed back and forth on this, and by the end of it, I realized that like I ended up annotating a whole bunch, and the writing in this was just so beautiful and something that I think I will go back to a bunch of times over and over again. I unfortunately missed the discussion in our book club for this, and I was so mad at myself because I was so excited for the discussion because we'd all been like chatting in the group chat about how much we loved the book. So yeah, I loved this so much. I did a reading vlog for it, so if you do want to watch that, you can go on ahead. But I don't even know what to say about this because this was just so freaking good. Next up, I have another 4.5 stars. It was 5 Survive by Holly Jackson. So I actually really liked this one. This is her like second newest young adult mystery book, and I thought it was really good. It was same kind of writing style with her, like very reminiscent of the high school type of characters. Every character definitely had a distinct voice. There was one character that I really just didn't like him at all, and I was listening to the audiobook and I was like, you are so annoying, like literally just shut up, stop talking. But I think it was necessary for the plot and just like to keep all the characters very dynamic and different. So yeah, would definitely recommend this one. I do want to read The Reappearance of Rachel Price, which is like her newest one that she came out with, but I love like her paperback, so I want to wait until it comes out on paperback. So then I switched up and I read some romances. The first one I read was Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood. I do have a few quotes in here that I did highlight, and I loved it. Like, I thought it was so cute. But I did rate it 3.5 stars, partially because someone said like, oh, you didn't read the author's note, and I'm like, where? If it's at the end of the book? Yeah, like I think when I read the author's note, I didn't really understand what she was getting at, and it just felt very different from her other books. And yeah, it's just my rating. I don't know. Some people were like, oh, people didn't read the author's note, blah, 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 they're rating it 5. But I'm like, no, I don't think it's because like I didn't read the author's note or because of whatever. I think it's just like, it wasn't my favorite book of hers, and that's totally fine. I read books all the time that are super, super spicy, tackle really hard stuff. I think it just wasn't my favorite of hers, but I still really liked it, and I thought that the entire like science plot was really cute. And I did do a reading vlog for this as well, where I was really honest with how I felt about it, and I love Ali Hazelwood as a writer. I think she's amazing. So yeah, if you want to watch that, feel free to. Okay, the last book that I finished this month, I finished this book like literally at the end of the month, but I started it before I went on vacation, and it's The Summer of Broken Rules by K.L. Walther. That's how you say her name. So I ended up rating this 4.5 stars. I thought it was so cute. I loved it as a YA romance. I thought the assassin game was super fun. I just like everything about it was super duper cute and super fun, and I am doing a reading vlog for this, but I literally forgot that I was reading it for a reading vlog as part of like a summer romance reading vlog. So stay tuned for that. There's 2 more books that are going to be in that video that I'm gonna just tack onto my July TBR because I didn't finish them in June like I was planning on it. But anyway, back to this book. Really loved it. Perfect like YA summer romance if you're looking for something like that, and it's just, yeah, it's really cute. There's like a wedding going on, and it deals with a little bit of grief and like family relationships, and all these people are like so different and funny, and yeah, it was just so much fun. Okay, so now moving on to some books that I didn't end up finishing. So I started Heartless by Elsie and I'm about halfway through. Super loving it. I ended up pausing when I went to Dominican because like I said, things just happened. I got super sick, got stuck there, blah yada yada yada. But Heartless is gonna go and be one that I want to finish this month for sure. Actually this week, to be today, really. I would like to finish it today. Next we have The House in the Cerulean Sea, which was my other book club's book of the month, and I only got like 2 chapters in, and I feel so bad because I was so interested in it and wanted to continue, but I had so many books on the go and so many things happening at the end of the month that I just kind of like, it didn't happen. So I do want to finish this month to like have it finished because I don't like leaving books that I'm actually interested in unread. And yeah, so we'll see how it goes. It's like a YA LGBTQ fantasy type of thing, and yeah, I'll tell you my thoughts and stuff in hopefully my July wrap up. That brings us to my July TBR. So the first ones that I have here are those 2 books I mentioned that I was going to read with The Summer of Broken Rules. So I will be reading them. I explained them I think in last month's TBR, so I'm not going to explain them again, but they are Just for the Summer by Ali Jimenez and The Summer Will Be Different by Carley. 2 summary books. Next, I'm going to bring my TBR cart here because I have a bunch at the top here that are on my TBR. The first one we have is a book club pick for the month. It's The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. I have no idea what this is about. I love Christina Lauren's books though, and their writing is just amazing. It has to do something with a will and like a fake marriage, like all this, I don't know. Like I don't really want to know too much about it because I love going into these just not knowing anything, and I love Christina Lauren's writing in general. So yeah, this was what the book club voted for, so I'm really excited. I'm just gonna go down the line of what I have here. So the next one is Family of Liars by E. Lockhart. This is the prequel to We Were Liars, which I read last summer. So I thought I would finish off the little duology or whatever this is gonna be a year later and do it this summer. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is about the family. I might need to read a synopsis of the original book because I read it so long ago, but this is like a prequel basically. Next we have another mystery. It's The Housemaid's Secret by Freida McFadden. This is another like second book to a mystery series. So this is the second book to The Housemaid. I don't know if they're just like interconnected standalones. I think that's what it's like, but she writes great books, Freida McFadden, and I loved The Housemaid. So I'm really excited to read this one. And her third book, The Housemaid is Watching, came out last month in June. So I was like, I definitely want to read this so I can read that one and see what it's like. And I think that's gonna be the last one in the series. So next I have another mystery. It's The Night She Disappeared by Lisa Jewell. I've heard great things about this. I love Lisa Jewell's writing. She's also just such a like nice person. She responds to DMs and comments all the time. So like be nice to authors. Make sure that you're not like talking crap about their books on social media and tagging them because that's really weird behavior. But this one is about this couple that disappears when they're like 19 years old. They just had their baby and they're going out on like a date night for the first time, and I think daughter's mom is watching the kid, and then they disappear, and you know, the father's mom doesn't seem that concerned about it, and the case runs cold, and then all of a sudden they discover like this note that says like dig here in the same area that they disappeared. So the case comes back open. So it sounds really interesting. I'm really excited to read it. Actually, I've heard great things about this one. So yeah, I thought I would just put it on the TBR for July. Okay, next we have Daisy Haites, which I kind of started like a month ago, but didn't end up like really getting into it. Oh, here's like a bookmark that I made to match it. But yeah, I started like a month ago, didn't really end up getting into it. I want to get into it this month. Like, this is a very ambitious TBR. I'm really hoping that I'm in the mood to read this month because I need to get some books off my TBR. But this is one that I definitely want to start because I loved Magnolia Parks. And I need to get back into the Magnolia Parks ones as well. But to do that, I need to read Daisy Haites. So here she is. Next, another romance, The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. This is the one about that apartment that can like time travel 7 years in the future and 7 years in the past or whatever, or the person who's in it, like, I don't know, something like that. And yeah, it's a rom-com. I read The Dead Romantics and really liked that, and her new book called A Novel Love Story just came out. So I'm excited to like read this one, and hopefully I'll read A Novel Love Story soon and let you guys know what I think about it. I really loved Ashley Poston's writing. I thought it was really good. Like, I love The Dead Romantics, and I've heard great things about The 7-Year Slip. Next we have another second book in a series, Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. So I read the first book last year, really liked it up until the like ending part. I've heard amazing things about this one, and it's about the sister in the first book. So yeah, I'm excited to read this one. I think it'll be really cute, and since I read the first one last summer, I thought that this summer would be a great time to read it and just knock it off the TBR and yeah, get some Tessa Bailey going. Next, we have another romance. This is Final Offer by Lauren Asher. Now, I want to read this because I want to move on to Lauren Asher's new series. They like Love Unwritten, Love Redesigned, those books. And this is the last book in her Dreamland Billionaires series that I need to finish. It is a chunker, so we're gonna see if I end up getting to it. It's like 600 pages or almost 600 pages for a romance. So we're gonna see what happens. But I have heard that this one's really, really good. Everybody loves this one, so I'm hoping that I will too. Okay, more romance. We have Powerless by Elsie Silver. So this is the third book in the Chestnut Spring series. I'm hoping to read this after I finish Heartless. This one is about two childhood best friends. Okay, so this is about Jasper. He's the hockey player friend in this. So yeah, oh my gosh, I'm excited. Oh, I'm excited about this one. Oh my god, I've just heard amazing things about all these books, and I'm really excited. So yeah, Powerless, Elsie Silver. Okay, these two are both part of series that I'm in the middle of. So I've been wanting to go into the second book of Caraval for the longest time because I want to read Once Upon a Broken Heart. It's just like this series that I'm like stuck in the middle of. So I always keep Legendary kind of like floating on my TBR. So July, hopefully July is the month. And then we have Queen of Shadows, which I've just been like taking some time to get into because I'm literally scared to finish the series. So I'm hoping that this is the month that I do it and we do a reading vlog for it and just rip the band-aid off and accept the fact that the series is almost done for me. I'm halfway done. Okay, for more fantasy, we have Stone Blind by Natalie Haynes. This was on my TBR for a while. I really just love reading Greek mythology retelling, so I'm just gonna keep this one on there until I'm in the mood for a Greek mythology retelling. And yeah, this is a Medusa retelling, if you couldn't tell, and I'm just really excited, to be honest, for this one. I hope I do get to this one because I've heard amazing things about it, and the font on here is really big, and it's less than 400 pages, so I feel like I could, you know, fly through it. Okay, last but not least, we have the other book club pick, which I actually picked for our book club this month, and this is Heartless by Marissa Meyer. I thought it'd be really fun to do like a little fantasy type of retelling romance, something that no one in our book club had never read before. So yeah, this is about the Queen of Hearts in Alice in Wonderland, and she wants to like open up a bakery, and she falls in love with this like Jester guy, I think, and obviously her parents are like, no, you're gonna be a queen one day, like you can't date a Jester, like I don't know what you think you're doing, like no. So I think it's supposed to be like her villain story and how she became like the Queen of Hearts and like the whole like off with your head type of thing. Anyway guys, that is the wrap up and TBR. I know I went really quick, but it's just because like I don't have much to say about the books because there's only 5 that I read and the rest are all like I'm hoping that I get through. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below what you read in June and what you're planning to read in July and just what you're reading recently and how your week has been. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I love you guys so much, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Bye.